Hi, I'm Farideh, and today we're at my apartment in Brooklyn, and we're making garlic knots in the Arc XL. So to make garlic knots, usually you use leftover pizza dough. So if you have any leftover pizza dough, use that. But we're gonna make an enriched dough. I love to use this dough for kind of everything. It's my, go-to pastry dough almost. So it's gonna start off with 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast and a couple tablespoons of sugar. You could also use honey if you wanted though, that's fine. And then we're gonna activate it with a little bit of warm water. So just a 1/2 cup in there. Let that get nice and foamy. We'll watch as the train goes by while it foams. So that's... Garlic knots were really created as a way to use up leftover pizza dough. It's kind of just a way to use up waste, use up scraps. So use whatever pizza dough you like for this. We're gonna add in some milk to this dough. So I've got like a 1/2 cup of milk and like 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna throw this into the arc just so I can melt the butter and heat up the milk slightly as well. Right on in there. Lovely. And already our yeast is nicely activating. Doesn't that look good? Oh, yes. It's like, that goes so quick. That melted in like 2 seconds. I'm gonna, meanwhile, put this over here just so it's ready to go. And yeah, you can mix this by hand, but I don't want to. Okay, we're gonna make 2 kinds of garlic knots. One kind I'm gonna put salami in, and one time I'm not. The thing about this recipe is that you can kind of like, we're just gonna cut this dough into strips, and then like you can wrap anything up in it. I like to use salami, you could use mortadella, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty fun. Okay, my yeast is nicely activated. You can see it's all popping off. So we're gonna add in some flour. I'm just using all-purpose flour. Pop that in there. And then we're gonna do a little bit of salt. We're gonna add in 1 egg yolk also. All right, egg yolk goes in. Perfect, and then we're gonna add in our, oh, that tastes really good. It is a little bit like brown buttery. It melted real hard, it's good. We're gonna add in our milk and butter. Dough hook on, lock her in and let's do it. Oh, it needs to be plugged in. Put that on low speed and just let it knead. You could do this by hand, but I'm kind of lazy, so I like to use my stand mixer, honestly. Hold her down! Oh god. Okay, this is done. Off. Woo! Okay, so let's take a look at this dough. This dough is so pretty. You can see, this dough looks beautiful. We're gonna put it back in here, cover it. We're gonna let this rise for about an hour, and then we'll roll it out and form our garlic knots. Our dough looks beautiful. It's nice, very cute. You can play the drums on it. It's wonderful. Let's take this out, and I'll put just a little bit of flour. You don't need much flour to dust with here. Like, you just don't want that much. Okay, so we're gonna roll this dough out into like 12 by 16 inch kind of rectangle, and then we'll cut it into strips. And again, this dough is like very forgiving, so you can kind of pull it and stretch it and play with it, and it's gonna be fine. So nice, look at this. I love it, it's like a little blank canvas. And we're going to cut it in half, and then I'm gonna cut it in half again, and then I'm gonna do it into 6 on both sides, so it makes 24. Is that right? Thirds and the thirds. Cut off the ends, forget about it. If you wanted to, you could like pinch off sections of dough and like roll it into coils or into ropes and then twist it, but I just find this to be really easy. Okay, we're gonna add salami to half of these. Traditionally, these do not have any salami in them, but I say salami it up, We're gonna do these, you might as well do them well. So we're doing salami as well. I already take my piece of dough, and I put the salami pieces kind of there like this. Does that make sense? And then we just kind of tie it into a knot. Like literally, that's it. I'll show you how to do this without the salami, but like this is it. You can use any meat you want in there. If you want to use like a pepperoni, if you want to use mortadella, don't use any meat. If you want to use extra cheese, at the end we are going to toss this with cheese, with Parmesan, garlic, and parsley, but whatever. Just like that. Very easy. So we'll do some with salami, some without. I'll show you one without. And then to form that, you just take the rope like this. And again, look, easy. The easiest little knot. And you can see these are already in the sun out here. They're proofing so quickly. So we're just gonna let them sit for like 15 minutes. And while they sit and proof, we'll make a nice little marinara sauce to go with it. Basically, now all we have to do is we'll make a little marinara sauce to go with this. I usually like vodka sauce, and I was gonna do vodka sauce, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared to ignite vodka in the oven, right? I decided not to do that. I was like, we're just gonna do a little spicy marinara to go along with it, okay? We're going to heat this up. We're gonna make the simplest marinara of all time, but also Gozney's new cookbook has a ton of sauces in there. So take a look at all the sauces in there and do whatever your heart desires. I love a vodka sauce, I love a marinara. This is really good with pesto as well. So you can kind of have a play with it and just kind of use whatever dipping sauce. Like a marinara is very traditional, but do whatever you feel like. Have fun, play with it, get creative. Use the Gozney cookbook and make what you want. We're just gonna quickly, it's really funny to dice from this angle. All right. Pass some of that. Okay, what else? Oh, we'll throw in a little bit of garlic into here. Why not? That'll be nice. It's nice and hot. Oh, damn, this thing gets so hot. This oven is amazing. A little bit of salt. Oh, look at it. It's got a beautiful kind of golden color already. It's gonna take like 2 seconds in this oven. All right, garlic is going in. A little bit of chili flakes. Throw that back in there. Just briefly. We're gonna open up our tomatoes. I'm using just a plain tomato sauce. So it's nice and smooth. I don't have to like blend it or anything, but if you wanted to use whole peeled tomatoes and just like blend them ahead of time, or crushed tomatoes, or whatever. I started to burn this a little bit. That's okay, it's just extra flavor. We'll add our tomatoes in. We'll stir it, we'll throw this back in there. Let it cook a little bit. All right, well, let's put that here. That is done. Oh yeah, this is done. It's looking good, it tastes delicious. Doesn't need much time, tell you what. All right, I'm gonna put this right here. So garlic knots. Obviously we have to put some garlic in there, am I right? So on a microplane, we're just going to grate the garlic. You could also put this through a food processor or kind of mash it into a paste, or you could use a garlic press as well. Maybe I should use a garlic press because I'm so lazy right now. I like to grate the garlic as fine as I can because once the knots are cooked, they're gonna get tossed into this garlic oil right away. You don't want it to be super chunky garlic because you're gonna eat that. It's gonna be raw garlic on this. So I like to grate it as fine as I can or mash it into a paste or whatever. But raw garlic's really good for you. It's very good for your heart. It's good for your brain health. A lot of benefits to raw garlic. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm using about 10 cloves of garlic for this. If you wanted, you could use less, but again, we're making garlic knots, people, so garlic it up. Just don't grate your little fingies. Hope you guys like a lot of garlic out there. That's enough garlic for now. I'm just gonna add in some olive oil to this, and the garlic knots are gonna get tossed into this once they come out of the oven. Our Arc XL has been heating up, and it's at about 900 degrees. I am going to turn the oven off at this stage, and that's how we're gonna bake this. And right away, these are gonna start starting to brown, and we're just gonna keep rotating it every couple minutes, okay? So usually about 8 minutes in the oven with the heat off, and just rotate it halfway through, and they're done. Oh, this is my favorite part. They're looking so good. They look so good. They smell good. You can smell that dough cooking. All right, might be done. I'm gonna try a little. Okay, let's open one of these up really quickly just to check it. Oh yeah, this is done. Oh my god, it's so f***ing good. I thought that's freaking done. That happened so quick. They're done. They're gonna go right into this and get tossed. Oh my gosh. Garlicky. I should get a plate to put these on. That happened so quickly. Just gonna coat them really nicely. We're gonna slice up some parsley. That's gonna be very nice. You could also use basil if you want. Oregano would go really nicely on these. Some parsley over the top and some Parmesan cheese. And they're done. That's it. And I guess I'll plate it up because the people want it plated. We got our salami ones. We got our plain ones. Okay. Best time. Salami first. It's so good. The dough is delicious. They're nice and garlicky. The marinara is a little bit spicy. The dough is really fluffy and like buttery and rich. Okay, we've got our garlic knots made in the Arc XL with the spicy marinara. Couldn't be easier. Recipe is at Gozney or in the description below. These are delicious. I hope you make them and enjoy them. Thank you very much. Mwah. Wait for a second. A lot of noise, a lot of trucks on my street. Everything happens here in Brooklyn. So many noises. It's fun. We got the train, we got the cars, we got the traffic. Just another day in Brooklyn, you know?